Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with a love reading for Libra, Summer Rising Venus, and any other significant placements. Cross watchers are also welcome for this one. So if you've watched any of my readings before, we're going to be doing it a little bit differently today. It's going to be a he said, she said spread, which basically I'm going to be asking 4 questions from your person as well as from you. And it's going to be how you see, think, or perceive the person, how you feel about this person, or what emotional effect they have on you. The third question is your desires or intentions for the connection. And the fourth question is, what actions are you likely to take towards this person or within the connection? I'm going to be asking those same questions of them. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become an official Sunflower. And if you have any other ideas for types of readings that you would like to see, let me know in the comments below. I'll be doing he said, she said for this whole cycle. So if you don't resonate with this reading, just watch the moon and sun and Venus especially for these, okay? To see if you better connect to those. All right, let's get started. How does Libra see, think, or think about or perceive this person? Okay, first card out we have is the Ten of Swords. Immediately tells me that you have a history with this person. I'm going to pull all of your cards first, and then we're going to dive a little bit deeper into it, okay? Can I get one more for how Libra sees, perceives, or thinks about this person? We have the Priest. You could be married to this person. The Priest is like the Hierophant. It talks about higher levels of commitment. It talks about living together, marriage. It talks about having a family with this person, some sort of like higher level of commitment with this person. This might be somebody that you recently separated from or divorced from or something like that. Let's see. Now, the second question is, how does this person make Libra feel? Or what are Libra's feelings towards this person? All right, we have the World card, which talks about endings, right? The endings of chapters. And we also have the Ace of Cups. I think this means you might still be hopeful that you guys can reconcile, or you might feel like there's somebody else, but I will get a little bit more in depth with this here. Now, what are Libra's desires or intentions for this connection? Okay, we have the Three of Wands, the Strength card, and the Seven of Swords. Wow, very, very interesting here. Okay. All right. And then what are Libra's next steps or the actions that they're likely to take in regards to this connection? We have the Nine of Chalices and the Hanged Woman. All right, Libra, clearly with the Justice card at the bottom of the deck, once again, this is reinforcing this idea of going through the courts, getting a divorce, some sort of legal system or legal matter is involved in this romantic relationship, or some sort of paperwork or some sort of like, filing or something has to happen. Now, we start the reading with the Ten of Swords and the Hierophant. This is the breaking of a promise, okay? So you might see, to me, this is what this looks like, a betrayal and a breaking of a promise. So you might see this person as someone who has hurt you deeply, completely devastated you. This person might have betrayed everything they ever promised you, everything they ever told you. They might have betrayed the commitment that they made to you. I'm not sure in what form or fashion that may have happened. It could have been cheating. It could have been hiding money. It could have been doing things behind your back. They could have had some sort of addiction. It doesn't really matter the reason why. All I can see right now is that you are either in separation from this person or enduring the transition between being with them and being without them. I just still see there being a ton of pain here. It feels very raw. It feels very open, but it also feels like, how could they possibly, disregard the commitment that they made to me, the vows that they told me, like the ring that they put on my finger. You know what I'm saying? You feel like they took it lightly, that they didn't really honor the commitment that they made to you. And even if you guys weren't legally married, right? There were commitments that were in place in your relationship that this person completely betrayed, or this person took for granted in a way that they moved as if it didn't matter. And you were really hurt by whatever it is that they did. Okay. Now, how do you feel about them, right? Or the feelings that they inspire within you. We have the World and we have the Ace of Cups. This tells me is there's unconditional love, right? You love this person unconditionally, even though you understand that it's time for this particular chapter with this person to come to an end. You love this person unconditionally, right? There's nothing that they could really do to make you stop loving them, to make you feel as if they weren't worthy of your love. Now, love and access are two different things. You can separate yourself from somebody, you can break up with somebody, you can divorce somebody and still have unconditional love for them. I feel like maybe sometimes you get frustrated by the fact that you still want to be with them in some way, or that you still love them in some way, because it's like, how could you possibly want somebody who would betray you or who would dishonor the commitment that they made to you in the way that they did? It's like, how could you still have love for this person? I think that really speaks to your character and the kind of person that you are. I don't think it necessarily speaks to them or what they deserve or anything like that. I think that you're a very loving, kind-hearted person. You also understand that this person has trauma or is deeply flawed in some way. Now, we all have flaws. No human being is perfect. Like, a perfect human being is like an oxymoron. That does not exist, right? I think that you're more compassionate and more graceful than most. This person might have put you through things on a cycle, and then eventually you just kind of got tired of it, or it could have been one really huge thing that made you feel like, oh no, absolutely not. This is not what we're going to do here, right? We also have the Three of Wands, the Strength card, and the Seven of Swords, and your desires or intentions. You're going to do what's best for you, okay? I think you're leaving the door open in some ways, in order for this person to maybe come back to you with the Three of Wands here, for this person to come back to you, or you're saving space just in case they want to get their shit together, or just in case. It's like I feel like you're going through, like, or you intend to have some kind of mourning period, and this feels very intentional from you. Like, it's not just like, oh well, I'm gonna stay single now because I'm just hurting too much. It just feels like, yes, I'm hurting right now, but before I really decide to close the door and be done with this and end this chapter for good, I'm going to give them the space that they need to maybe come back, or like prove to me that they still want to be with me, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you're still going to choose to do what's best for yourself. I think you're strong enough to understand that if this person is not willing to make amends, if they're not willing to do what it takes to reconcile, if they're not willing to take accountability, and I mean full accountability and responsibility for the position that they put you in, then it's not worth your time, okay? And this is what you're most likely to do, right? Next actions within this connection. We have the Nine of Cups and the Hanged Woman. You know better. Okay, you've learned a lot. You've gained a lot of experience, whether it be from this relationship or previous relationships, or you just understanding the nature of people like the person that you've been connected to or in a romantic relationship with. You've learned your lessons, and you learned them the hard way. Okay, you don't get to the Hanged Woman without learning some lessons the hard way. Okay, you have a hard head, you're stubborn, and you really love hard. You believe in the people that you give your love to, and you don't ever want to feel as if you gave up on somebody too soon, but you're also not pressed. I understand that you might be devastated by what they did, or you might be feeling very hurt, or like that pain might be very raw and emotional for you at this time, but you're like, at the end of the day, you're not really pressed. Like, you don't really need this person. I think you feel very happy on your own. You're very independent. I think if you're not there yet, you will get there soon. You're going to realize that you have so much more freedom and autonomy without this person weighing you down. This might have been like a really long drawn out separation, or a really long drawn out divorce or transition between being together and not being together. And now you're just kind of like finding some sort of relief and really putting an end to it, or deciding to get back together, whatever it is that you guys choose to do with this person. Okay, so now we're going to pull for your person. Okay, how does this person see, think about, or perceive Libra? Okay, dang, this person is like, oh, and we also have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. We have the Moon here with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so they see you as somebody who is still offering them some sort of emotion, but it's not like they feel like you're hiding something from them. They feel like you're not being totally open and honest with them. They feel like you're still being cordial or polite or kind, but you really like have something up your sleeve. You want to move in a way like to where they're not aware of it. this might have something to do with maybe if they kept secrets, or if they were like lying to you, or if they weren't always being honest with you about what they were doing and what was going on with them, right? They might then project that kind of like secrecy, or have this weird paranoia about the things that you're doing, the way the things that you're saying, the way that you're moving. They think that maybe you appear to be more innocent than you actually are, and they feel like they need you to confirm something for them. I'm not really sure. They also think you might be pregnant, for some of you, who who are able to give birth. They might feel like you're hiding a pregnancy, or you're not being honest with them about a pregnancy. But for the majority of you, right, I just feel like there's some sort of like, you keep a nice face, you're nice to them, but really, like, they know what they did to you was wrong. They know how much they hurt you, and maybe they just kind of want you to let them have it a little bit. Maybe you're be handling this a little bit too gracefully for them. I'm not really sure. All right, what feelings do they inspire? I mean, what feelings does Libra inspire in this person, or how do they feel about Libra? We have the Hermit. My chair is squeaking an awful lot today, so if the mic is picking that up, I apologize, you guys. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles, there's like a gnat in here driving me nuts. So the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles tells me that this is somebody who feels like they have something to offer you, but it's not the right time. Okay. They also might feel like they need to isolate right now, that they can't really be with anybody right now. I'm not sure if their betrayal, their deception, the things that they were hiding, or whatever reason it is that you guys are not together, or that you guys decided to separate, had anything to do with anybody else, but it doesn't anymore. So for those of you who are concerned that this person might have been leaving you for someone else, Devil at the bottom of the deck, reiterating this idea about addiction, or somebody being really selfish, or somebody just moving in a way that just was not like, that felt like betrayal. Even if it didn't involve anybody else, it definitely doesn't involve anybody else now. They're definitely on their own, totally single, not really talking to anybody, or entertaining any kind of other romantic options, because you make them feel as if they need to like really work on themselves. They need to reflect, because it's like they understand, like, if they're capable of hurting you, maybe they're a little bit more messed up than they thought they were. Okay, if they're capable of hurting you, maybe there's a little bit more inner work that they need to do. Maybe there's a little bit more shadow work that they need to do. Maybe there's some inner demons that they need to face. Now, am I saying that you should let this person off the hook simply because they acknowledge what they did was wrong? No. Do what you feel like you need to do in your heart. Okay, if you feel like this person is actually putting in the effort to make amends, then it is what it is. All right, let's talk about this person's desires or intentions for this connection. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. What's interesting is that you both have the Nine of Cups. You both have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. They want to make you happy. That's what their desire or intention is. I see them seeing you as this Queen of Pentacles. I see them seeing you as somebody who's loyal and devoted, and somebody who is holding them down, and somebody who is doing the best that they could for them. Somebody who was always honest. Somebody who was always willing and ready to do whatever it took to make sure that this person was happy. And now that I feel like they want to make you happy, they want to figure out what it is that they can do to make you happy, with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Okay, they feel like you add something to their life that they can't get on their own, even though they're okay. Like, this is what also reiterates this, this is also what makes me feel like this might be a long, drawn out separation, because it's almost like both of you have gotten to a point where you realize, like, you're okay on your own. You can do it on your own. You can live on your own. But this person specifically feels like there's something that they get from you, or from being in connection with you, that they can't get anywhere else. Now, this also could have domestic implications, which means like there's nobody doing their laundry, and there's nobody cooking for them or cleaning up after them, because the Queen of Pentacles is my like domestic lady card. So keep that in mind too. It could just be that their desire or their intention for like being back with you is so that, you guys don't have to co-parent, and they don't have to have the kids 100% when they have them, and that they don't have to do their own laundry. They don't have to cook their own meals. They don't have to do all that kind of stuff. But in a more like practical kind of way, they just see they see you as a real partner, and they don't want to really lose access to that partnership. All right. Now, what are their next steps or their actions in this connection or towards Libra? We have the Star and the Page of Wands, with the Ten of Cups. Okay, so what I will tell you off of this immediately is I do feel like this person isn't taking this as seriously as maybe you are taking it. With the Page of Wands and the Star, I just feel like they want to keep it light. They want to apologize. They want to reconcile, but it's almost like they want to smooth over whatever went wrong or whatever happened between you guys. I don't even think they quite fully understand why you guys aren't together, or why they quite fully understand like why you guys weren't able to come back together, or why you guys haven't been able to reconcile as of yet. I feel like they almost have this like fantastical delusion around your relationship with them, and like what you might want from them. They still want this, they still have a desire for you, but them coming up as a page and seeing 2 pages on their side tells me that they're still not taking this as seriously as they could. I think that they thought your relationship was way better than it actually was. And part of me wants to say that they don't feel like what they did to you was as bad as you might think it is. So to wrap up this reading, I'm going to pull some Hidden Truth Oracle cards. What does this person, any last words from this person? I wish you would come back immediately. Immediately. What did I say? What did I say? I wish you would come back. I'll show you guys. I wish you would come back. That's the card that jumped out of here. Are you kidding? Any last words from this person to Libra? To be honest, you guys, I'm not really impressed with the energy. It's hopeful, it's optimistic, but at the same time, it's almost like pretending like nothing happened. Once again, I know I made a mistake, a little bit of accountability there, but then I fantasize about you, and we are not right for each other. So clearly, there's something that they feel like they're not capable of offering you. There's something that they feel like that they're not quite capable of giving you, but they still want you. And I feel like it's more so that so you can do for them. These are the cards, right? I just don't feel like this person understands how deeply betrayed or how deeply devastated you were by their actions, their behavior, their failings in this relationship. They're not taking it nearly as seriously as you are. And I think until this person really understands the depths of the pain that they caused you, and really understands the work that's going to be required of them in order to be back in your good graces, I don't think that there's anything that they could really say or do to impress you at this point, Libra. All right, this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be with you next time.